right, Coach. The big win, one of the biggest in program history.
Yeah,
Tell
I
us
mean,
about it.
That team's so good. Like they're. I mean, between that team and the Michigan team that we played, they're that's as good as you see in college hockey. Like they're that good. So another benchmark win for us. Huge to do it at home in front of our fans. They were incredible tonight, and it was awesome.
How badly did you need it, Greg?
We needed it. We needed it bad. It was a must-win. We just haven't had a lot of puck luck this year. We're right there. I mean, from having 12 wins right now, and maybe even more. So to get it the way we did tonight, where it didn't feel like in stretches it was going to happen because of how good that team is, was really good. I felt like we played better last night. I felt like we deserved to win the game last night. So I really believe that this was a deserved split for our guys. They deserved to get out of this weekend with a win.
How did you try and manage that one line?
You don't. I'm just glad we don't play them again. You don't. They're that good. They're literally the perfect line. I mean, they're constructed perfectly. They have everything you need on the line. And I think, last night Matty probably wasn't going quite like he can. Tonight that kid was going. Like he was impossible to handle, and when he's creating all that space for Logan and Jimmy, they're literally unstoppable. So we were lucky to get out with that win.
Coach, the game winner comes from Josh winning a faceoff. He's one win, 2 losses tonight in the faceoff circle, but is there a bigger faceoff that he's won?
No, I mean, that was what we called a timeout to set that up. We knew if we could win it forward that he could hit Ducky on a Ducky's what we call Mastro. We could hit him on a breakaway, and so that's what we called the timeout to do. They executed it, and we finally scored on a breakaway. I think we were 0 for 12 on breakaways this season before that one.
Coach, you bumped Ryan up to the first line tonight after a good game last night. You got to be happy with how he stepped up.
He was great for a freshman to score 2 goals like that tonight, going to the net like he did was impressive. He's a great player. He's going to be so good for us for a long time, and we missed him at Clarkson immensely. We missed Jack Jensen immensely this weekend and last. So he was a huge shot in the arm. We felt like we just needed to switch some things up, change some mojo, and then Como and O and Silly got that going in the second for us, so it worked tonight. Sometimes they make you look smart. Very rarely do they make you look smart.
Coach, on your lone penalty kill tonight, I think there was a diving play with TJ keeping the game where it was, I think 4-3, and a lot of commotion after that. Did you kind of feel that was like a momentum-saving, game-saving opportunity?
That's just what you need your goalie to make some big saves against teams that good, and he did, and it would have really stung scoring 4 or 5 goals against that good of a team and not winning, but we got it done. He made the saves when he had to.
Greg, just, in that second period especially, when you see the defense is giving you some stuff on the other side, does your team kind of smell some blood in the water at that point?
They did. I think if you don't manage the puck against the Gophers, you're dead, right? So that's what we got. I think the first 10 minutes of the first period, we managed the puck really well. It's just get it out, get it in, and forecheck, and really pressure their D and make it hard on them and finish your checks. And we felt like if we could get pucks in behind their D and get in on them and really aggressive on the forecheck, we could get some chances. And we got away from that in the last 10 minutes of the first period, and we executed it in the first, I think, 2 or 3 shifts and started to play downhill a little bit, and our guys were opportunistic and scored some big goals.
You're going to have a lot of Big Ten teams coming into this building with the arrangement you made a couple of years ago. Is this a nice way to kind of kick it off?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. That's what I told Bob at the end. It meant a lot to our program that he was the first to return. It says a lot about him and honoring that. And to have that good of a team in our building and that storied of a program for our fans and our community, hockey community, to see what the best of the best in college hockey is was a big honor. So I told him that after the game, and they got to see 2 really good games, that could have gone either way, and I'm just glad we got away with the win. Our guys deserved it.
Probably the loudest this building's been, and especially with the team on the other side that you're going up against. What does that say about your group to handle those emotions and to find a way to get it done?
That was, I think, the struggle. What are we 6-2 at home now? But the first weekend against Colgate, the game that we lost, you could feel our guys not knowing how to handle their emotions and control their emotions in front of 5,000 of their own fans. And they did a really good job of that tonight. That team is so disciplined. They didn't take a penalty tonight. And I couldn't honestly, maybe the turnover by level could have been called, but he also could have moved the puck quicker. So that was probably the only one, but I thought when you have a clean game where there's only one penalty called, you can't complain. But that's just, I mean, they're so disciplined. They just they don't give you much.
When
in a
that-
game like that with the shifts and it seems like back and forth, only one penalty, like you said, the physicality, the refs seem to be letting the guys play. What are you saying on the bench to guys before they go out there to kind of handle, the game as it goes along like that?
It's the messaging tonight was just all about puck management. I mean, if you don't manage a puck against them, their transition is so good and so crisp and so quick that you're on your heels before you can blink. Especially that top line. I mean, that's the best line we've played against in 7-8 years of college hockey. It's not even close. They're that good. So you got to manage the puck.
I was going to ask, it's kind of a puck possession game when those guys are out there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you got to hold on for dear life and defend and block shots and hope. The best way to defend them is to obviously make them play in their own end, and you can't give the puck up. You have to just possess it and grind it and cycle it. But again, like I said, I think before you came in, like Matty was so good tonight. He was going. Last night he wasn't really going. Tonight he was going, and he makes such a difference for those two because he clear. I mean, he takes up so much space. I mean, that burst he had in overtime was like whoa. Like I don't think anybody that was incredible.
Greg, you've had a couple of emotional wins with Dakota this game, some tough losses. You mentioned your lack of puck luck. What's your read on your team at this point of the season?
We really like our team. I mean, we have a good hockey team that can win a lot of games. We've beaten North Dakota in front of 15,000 of their fans. We just beat Minnesota. We felt like we probably deserved a better fate last night. Clarkson, it's 1-1. We're all over them, and we lose with 16 seconds left in the game. We lose a 3-on-3 overtime game at Duluth, at Bemidji. Like, we're right there. We have a really good hockey team, and we've shown it. So we have 24 games left. We're through 15. We're 8-7. And we have another huge weekend against a powerhouse up at Denver. So we've got to get healthy, rest them up, and go in there and get a win.
Yeah, Coach, touch on that. After Nodak came home, 2 good games against Anchorage. How do you kind of flip that to going onto a road to a tough environment after a win like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough up there with altitude and their fans. They're a great program. They dropped one last night and one tonight, so I think they'll be hungry to try and get a sweep next weekend. But they're a hell of a team. They're defending national champs, and our guys got to be really good. They got to play like we did last night to have a chance to win. If we play like we did tonight, we're probably not going to win on the road.
Coach, can you quantify what this might mean in March if you get into the tournament?
Well, this is a win that's going to reward us all year in the pairwise because they're going to win a ton of games. So every game they win, it helps us, and they're going to win. The majority of their games are going to win. So this is a huge one for us. It's just to get back above 500, to be 7-4, and then after this series potentially be under 500 would have been kind of an unjust dagger, and I don't know how our guys would have handled it. But now we can't look back. We have to build off this and really let it propel us to bigger and better things.
Yesterday you were talking about how you needed maybe a big game like over in Vegas. Tonight. Is that why you guys went with those unis today?
Yeah, I mean, we needed to win, and we're undefeated in Vegas. Those are our Vegas unis, and so Corby came into the coach's office after the game, after everybody was gone last night. He's like, "What do you think about the Vegas?" I'm like, "Let's do it. Like, we need to win." So yeah, we might just wear those all season.
Robert, flair for dramatics. You do it against North Dakota. You do it against Minnesota. What does it say about Robert Mastrosimone and his game?
I mean, it's a team effort. We had to score 6 goals there, regardless, 5 goals. I mean, nothing about me. It's team effort. Honestly, it just was in the right place at the right time.
So Josh gets 1 face-off win out of 2 losses, I guess. He gets a bigger one than this one ever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a big win. I mean, he kind of lost it, and he fought to get that back, and we kind of had a set play going, so it was just perfect, honestly.
TJ, for you, another big night in net, but what's it like facing an NHL roster like that?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I talked to Eddie and the goaltending staff going into it, and I was excited to play in these games. These are the games you get up for, and like all games, they're important for us. So it was a lot of fun tonight, and the guys battled really hard. So.
What's your vision like with a guy like Matthew Nyes in front of you?
Yeah, it's good for me and for the guys just competing in front of the net, and obviously that's kind of what you have to expect when you play the top teams in the country. And the guys rose to the occasion today and came out with a win.
TJ, you've had a couple opportunities in overtime now this season and to come out on the winning side. I'm wondering from the goalie's perspective, you had a breakaway to defend right away. With those rushes of 3-on-3 and so much open ice against an NHL roster like that, how do you kind of handle those emotions and swings in overtime?
Yeah, I really like the overtime stuff. It's really exciting, and I think it fits my play style. And I had a lot of trust in the guys in front of me, and I knew they'd get it done if I just kind of held up my end of the deal. So I kept telling the guys, I was like, we're winning this. So Doug kind of finished it off for us. So it was a great win.
Can we ask why your nickname is Doug, by the way, Ducky?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that much of a crazy story. It's a minor league baseball team in Long Island, the Long Island Ducks. It's a couple months old. Older sister couldn't say Robert, started calling me Ducky at a game, and it just stuck, and everyone knows me as that now. It's on my stick, everything.
Robert, you guys in that overtime period kind of just cycled the puck in and out of the attacking zone, being conservative, waiting for your chance, and then that breakaway pops open for you. It kind of had to be a little bit of a surprise heading in on net there.
Yeah, I mean, that was, like I said, we had a set play there. Josh was trying to smack it to the weak side for me off the draw, and he did it, and I was proud of the guys and who played before us there, just hold them in the zone, cycling, wait for the opportunity, and TJ made an unbelievable save on that breakaway, and that was it, yeah.
Guys, what's your read on this team right now? You've had a couple of emotional wins in North Dakota, and this team, obviously, some tough losses. Greg's talked a little bit about the lack of puck luck. What's your read on the state of this team right now?
I mean, I love this team. I love this team to death. I think we're unbelievably good, unbelievably talented and deep. I think the puck luck thing is true. We've had a few games where we've definitely controlled the game, dominated the game, and should have won the game, but pucks just don't go your way, and that's hockey. I mean, that happens sometimes, and I have full faith in my teammates and TJ and even the guys who don't play every night. Just, I have faith in everyone.
Second what Mastro said there, it's so much fun to be a part of this team, and I'd say one word that describes us is relentless. When we're on our game, we're relentless, and the guys in that locker room, they don't give up. And it's special to be a part of a group like that, and anything's accomplished when everybody's on the same page.
Robert, I think throughout the game, you're kind of telling yourself maybe like you're eventually going to get a power play at some point. None today, only one penalty in the entire game. How do you continue to generate offense like you guys did? I thought you guys cycled the puck, probably the best you have all season. How do you kind of do that against a team like that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely on the bench we were talking like, all right, we're going to get one here, we're going to get one soon, and it didn't come, and the guys stayed on it, and we really worked their D down well. We were dumping pucks in, hitting them, playing more physical than them, and just trying to wear them down, and we got a few pucks in the back of the net when we needed to, and I mean, that was really it. Like, we just really need to wear their D down because they got a really great D core.
For both you guys, what was the energy kind of like out there? Did it feel just completely different with the fans in the crowd tonight?
Yeah, this place was unbelievable tonight. Like, obviously Thanksgiving break at school, like we're not expecting too much, and blew it out of the water here. This was one of the best crowds I've ever been a part of, and it's unbelievable to play in front of everyone.
Yeah, the fans have been awesome this whole year, and it's really exciting to be a player in that environment. You can just tell that hockey's picking up like wildfire out here, and the fans are electric, and being a player in that environment, it's a lot of fun, and teams aren't going to want to play here because of how loud they are, and so it's great. It's a great home environment, and that just goes to show you our record at home. So,
Guys, for both of you, Coach says you earn your Saturday nights. I know you'll celebrate tonight and enjoy this one. How soon till you start thinking about Denver next weekend?
We're already on that. I mean, a little speech after the game was let's enjoy this, remember how this feels, and let's get ready to sweep Denver. That was it. Just after the game, like this is behind us. As great of a win as it is, it's behind us. We can't go back and look at this the whole week, but we got to go do it for Denver.
For both you guys, coming from programs that actually have conferences and things like that, here being an independent school, you have to schedule tough opponents week in and week out to have a resume for the tournament. How does an upset win like this differ to when you guys were playing on conference teams and the emotion of what that felt like?
Yeah, I mean, playing at BU for 3 years in Hockey East, it's definitely different because obviously you got your conference tournament to make it into the NCAA tournament at the end of the year, and here we don't have that. So when the number one team in the country comes into your building for 2 games, you have to get at least one of them, and it's so fun playing these teams and being able to play teams from all different conferences and all different ranks. It's really, really special.
yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. Obviously, like you said, you get to play a ton of different opponents year after year, and I think it's really good for the guys for exposure, and the coaches and players that have returned, they've stressed to us new guys how important every game is here as an independent team, and that's a message that hasn't been lost. So.
Last question.
Robert, how big is it to see Ryan Alexander, such a young guy, step up back-to-back nights, play lights out, and just kind of join that veteran group of forward first two line?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He's a great player, and he's got a lot of potential, and I love playing with him, and he stepped up to the plate tonight, got put in a spot with me and Josh, two guys who have been doing a lot this year and playing a lot of minutes, and he was up to the task, and he's been really great off the ice in the locker room. He's an unbelievable kid. He's just what you want to be around him and play with him all the time.